All right. Hello. What's up? I'm gonna basically uh, show you the setup process for this ST51 condenser microphone, which comes in this box right here. It looks like this. It has a nice little carrying pouch that you can transport the ST51 in. I don't know where it is right now, but somewhere. Um, and yeah, basically, there's a video that I have that reviews this product. So if you're trying to figure out if this is the right microphone for you, you can watch that video. It's called the Sterling Audio ST51 review. So you can watch that for like a full review of the product. But this one's just going to show you the setup. All right, so you unbox the microphone, and I'm not going to take anything apart. It's already set up here. So I'm going to keep it all intact, but basically you unbox the microphone and you get this microphone here. You don't get a shock mount, but you do get a clip that comes with the microphone. If you want to buy a shock mount, which will dissipate any kind of vibrations that are coming through the walls and floor into the microphone, you could buy a shock mount. And the shock mount connects directly onto the stand. Okay, so you can connect, which is also sold separately, but you can connect the shock mount through this clip here onto the stand. So you don't need this clip, but this is the clip that comes with the microphone. Basically, you're just going to put it around the bottom where the threads are on the bottom, in between the XLR cable and the microphone connection, and then you're going to connect it. You can move the clip here so it bends, and then you connect this part to the stand. The opposite of, like, there's a part on the stand that allows you to has threads on it that you can screw the clip into, or the shock mount. In my case, I'm using a shock mount here. So there's that. All right, now you're going to need an XLR cable. Okay, so this is a completely XLR microphone. It does not use USB, so you will not be able to record anything without an audio interface. So this XLR cable is going to come from the microphone. You could wrap it around the stand. There's a nice little clip on the stand that lets you clip the cable onto, and then you can plug it into a direct input channel in your audio interface. Okay, so in my case, I have it plugged into channel 2 of an external audio interface. You have to have an audio interface, which is sold separately. So you cannot use this microphone without an audio interface. You have to have an audio interface. All right, and once it's connected, you want to make sure the audio interface is turned on. So there's a switch for that, obviously. And a big thing here, it took me a little while to figure this out because I plugged it in and it wouldn't actually record. You have to have phantom power turned on the audio interface. Okay, so you can't just plug it directly into the interface and start recording. All right, you have to have phantom power, which will say plus 48V on your audio interface. I'm pretty sure most audio interfaces have the capability for phantom power. But if so, just make sure when you get an audio interface that it does have phantom power, which is also has a plus 48V on it, and make sure that button's selected. Make sure the audio interface is on, and then you should get a signal on the audio interface that says, "Look, like, microphone's working." All right. You're still not gonna be able to hear any sound though, because what you need is a digital audio workstation called a DAW or DAW, which, like, the most common ones are FL Studio, Pro Tools, probably Pro Tools. If you don't actually like make electronic music, or you don't actually do anything with electronic music, this is Ableton here. So I'm using Ableton. As you can see, there's a signal coming through on the microphone track for that. But for people that are just doing maybe video, I'm sure video software has the ability to connect to this microphone. So when the microphone's plugged in and everything's on, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pick up the microphone, or you should see the audio interface. So the audio interface should be an option to choose from in your audio settings. So go to audio settings and choose your audio interface. All right, and then once your audio interface is chosen, you're going to want to pick the channel that you're using this for. If you do anything with electronic music and you want to record with or I mean, not just electronic music, but just music in general. It could be any kind of music, right? It doesn't have to be electronic, but any kind of music. You want to go into your DAW's audio settings, and you want to make sure your audio interface is selected as the input. Okay, as the input. and as the output as well. Maybe if your output is going to if your output is coming out of your headphone jack on your computer, make sure your output is selected as your headphone jack going to speakers. If your output, or if you're, but you know what I mean, it makes sense, right? So if your speakers are connected to your computer through the headphone jack, make sure the output is the headphone jack. If your speakers are connected to the audio interface, make sure your output is the audio interface. All right, but the input is always going to be the audio interface. So the audio input is always going to be the audio interface that's connecting this microphone. Okay, so make sure the audio interface, whatever yours is selected as the audio input to your digital audio workstation, whether it's Pro Tools, Ableton, FL Studio, Reaper, Logic, etc., Cubase, etc. Okay. And then you go into your track in your mixer or in your program anywhere, and you want to select the right channel that your microphone's on. In my case, it's on channel 2. Okay, so whatever channel you put your microphone into on your audio interface, make sure that channel is selected as the channel for your microphone on the program as well. And then you'll see the signal come through on the program, and then you can record directly into the program. And I have videos on how to record into FL Studio. I have videos on how to record into Ableton and stuff. So it's just basically, you want to make sure the channel's set up. Once you get signal, you can arm a track and record it. In FL Studio, you want to use the microphone in the top right to say insert into playlist as an audio clip, and then you can record an audio clip from a microphone. Pro Tools, I don't know, but I'm sure it's the same way and stuff. So it's like that. So basically, you got to make sure it's connected. All right, XLR cable here connected. Make sure the XLR cable is connected to the audio interface. Make sure your phantom power is on. Okay, the plus 48V phantom power is on. Make sure the audio interface is turned on with phantom power, and then you'll see a signal on the audio interface that says, look, here it is. You can mess with the gain levels on the interface to be at a good point, or you can mess with the gain levels on the program, or on your software, on your DAW. So and then in the DAW, you want to make sure your audio settings for your input is your audio interface. So whatever audio interface you're using, make sure that is selected as your audio input in the DAW. And then the output, make sure is whatever your speakers are, whether it's the headphone, the audio interface, etc. So then you'll hear the output. And yeah, I think that covers everything. If you want to see a review of this product with the shock mount, the stand, and everything, you can watch that video. I have a video that does a review of the product as well. So I hope this helps you set up your ST51 Sterling audio microphone. If you have any questions, please contact me or drop a comment below. And yeah, so have a great day, everyone. Later.